The president of Colombia, I guess that's the country, although it could be the university, recently suggested that cocaine was no worse than whiskey. Oh, it is the university. No.
It's not.
And that it, wait, and that it could be sold more safely if it were legal. Does he have a point? Cocaine was no worse, not in my experience. Cocaine was the worst.
Speaking of, do you realize what's going to happen if Trump can really, which I believe he's going to do, stop this flow of fentanyl coming in from China through our northern borders? He's literally going to make cocaine great again.
Bill Maher got into a conversation aiming to dominate the topic, but he didn't anticipate his own audience turning against him. In a jaw-dropping moment, Kid Rock crushed Maher's arguments with brutal precision, leaving the typically quick-witted presenter visibly shaken. As the dispute heated up, Maher's audience, generally faithful to his ideals, exploded into raucous applause for Kid Rock, marking an uncommon shift in the room. The energy was intense, the tension palpable, and the truth plain. Even Maher's own audience wasn't buying what he was offering. This moment wasn't just about a conversation, it was a wake-up call in political discourse, suggesting that the tides are shifting and even Maher's typical admirers aren't hesitant to criticize him anymore. In this video, we break down Kid Rock's honest criticism, Maher's stunned reaction, and why this passionate battle is sending shockwaves throughout the internet. Whether you're Team Kid Rock or still backing Maher, this encounter is one you can't afford to miss.
Words of wisdom from Kid Rock.
Well, Kid Rock's telling you, hey,
right.
Slow down. It's probably a big fucking problem.
But it's got to be rough. They used to come for the sex, now they just want your drugs. That's got to be. That would bother me a lot. All right. Now that the Boy Scouts of America is just going by scout. Oh God, yes. This is right up your alley, or somebody. There's Boy Scouts. Yes, I've seen. It's been in the works for years. It's such an onion headline. The whole fucking country is such an onion headline. The Boy Scouts of America. It cannot be called Boy Scouts anymore because it's exclusionary. Like there isn't a Girl Scouts. Like this is some sort of crime against nature that we each. People are different.
We were just talking about.
It's now Scouting America.
In the first segment, we were talking about. What are we giving young boys? What kind of structure, what kind of discipline, what kind of education? A lot of those projects are really difficult. I was not in the Boy Scouts, would have probably never made it. But those are difficult. They have to achieve. They have to put forth effort. They have to overcome obstacles. They have to overcome failure. That's part of maturing and becoming a full functioning adult.
Yeah.
And to take that away is insane to say this is targeted towards young boys because young boys are different than young girls. And so the approach needs to be
They think
different.
It's funny when you fart in a sleeping bag.
Bill Maher has a tell. It's almost instinctual. Every time he takes a jab at the woke left, he quickly pivots to bashing Trump like a comedian tossing in a safe joke to avoid losing the audience. He's a maestro at treading the line, going just far enough to condemn progressives, but constantly pulling back before entirely committing, scared of losing his admirers or damaging his image. You can observe it in real time. He flirts with going full anti-woke, but just before the point of no return, he cushions the landing with a "Trump is mad" comment, like clockwork. And sure, I'll concede, Trump is a little nuts, but he's the type of crazy that builds buildings, dominates the media, and rewrites the rules of the game. That type of madman can turn doubters into believers and conquer any barrier with resolve alone. History reveals that leaders and disruptors who refuse to be ordinary typically have an unyielding faith in themselves, which others may term delusion. However, that's not the point. It isn't Trump's character that counts most. Maher is masterfully keeping a delicate balance. He criticizes the left just enough to seem edgy, but never enough to risk losing his progressive followers. He approaches the line of people yelling woke mob with recklessness. But when things get hot, he switches his tone, continually poking fun at Trump to reassure his fans that he's still with them. It's a deliberate play, and whether you like or detest him, you can't ignore his skill.
Should Kamala Harris run for California governor in 2026 after polls show her leading? I'm going to give that a big no. Yeah.
She's had her chance several times.
She should run far, far away.
I'm a Viragosa guy. I like Antonio Viragosa, the old mayor of LA.
Oh.
I think he's terrific.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was in the running. Yeah, I think Kamala Harris would make a great president of a university. Not that she's a bad person or a bad candidate or she's smart, but it didn't work. And by the way, if she does, there would be precedent for this because Nixon lost the White House in 1960. And then what did he do? He ran for governor of California 2 years later. It would be the same scenario. And when he lost that one, that's when he said, you won't have Nixon to kick around anymore. And then he was president 6 years later, so maybe it'll work. You lost a crazy contest to a crazy person.
This started decades ago, in my opinion. It started decades ago with timeouts and last place, participation trophies. And sorry to put it so harsh, but it seems to me like we lost a good portion of a few generations of men who've just turned into complete fucking pussies.
There's speculation that Kamala Harris might run for California governor in 2026, but her political future remains uncertain. While the role could help restore her leadership image, it also draws attention to her struggles as vice president, particularly on immigration and border issues. Her approval ratings remain low, and her 2020 presidential bid fell flat, casting doubt on her electability. California offers a safer platform, but presents tough challenges like homelessness and crime. She may also face resistance from Governor Gavin Newsom, another Democratic heavyweight. Though Bill Maher likens her path to Nixon's comeback, Harris lacks his political acumen. If Biden wins in 2024, she stays in the 2028 conversation. If not, her prospects dim. A gubernatorial run could reset her narrative, but she must prove she's more than a symbolic figure.
Kid Rock, is it true that you're planning to do a gospel album?
I am. Doing early beginnings now, doing a gospel record with my old friend Rick Rubin.
Oh, Rick Rubin, wow. Did he produce an album of yours before? Have you worked?
Yeah, he did one record of mine, a record called Born Free.
Oh, yeah, I know it well. Wow. So a gospel album. So how does that fit in with some of the songs you've had in the past? Like, I'm a lowlife. Like you wouldn't sing that song in church.
I might.
Really?
I know the Ten Commandments pretty well, and in those commandments, I've never once seen or even heard a thought of one being "Thou shalt not swear."
No. I'm just saying. I know the song. The song is, by the way, I love that song, and it's very funny. But I'm just picturing some of those lyrics, like, "I got kids I've never seen, and their mama's 17." Are you gonna? Are we gonna be?
I take strippers out to breakfast. You're gonna add that to my checklist.
Oh, I know the whole song. It's hysterical.
In a surprise disclosure, Kid Rock announced that he is working on a gospel song with legendary producer Rick Rubin, hinting at a new chapter in his musical career. Known for his rebellious, often confrontational lyrics and hard-partying reputation, this transition into gospel music raises questions about how it aligns with his past work. However, Kid Rock maintains that faith and his distinctive style are not in conflict, arguing that religion isn't about perfection, but about evolution and redemption. He acknowledges that his career has been laced with controversial themes, but he sees those experiences as part of a journey, one that many people can relate to. By embracing church music while staying true to his raw, unapologetic personality, Kid Rock challenges the notion that spirituality must come in a sanitized package. His view on religion suggests that belief isn't about conforming to expectations, but about forging a personal connection to something greater, regardless of one's past. Whether this gospel album will resonate with his core audience remains to be seen, but it undoubtedly represents an unexpected and intriguing pivot in his creative career. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.